Good morning. Thank you for joining Sandra P's Gen Extra. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Wednesday. And I appreciate everybody that stops by Sandra P's Gen Extra. Please like, comment, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I appreciate it so much. You see the title. This is an extra for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We have Drew. She's still booked. I found a throwback of Cynthia Bailey. And then I want to show one of Shamea's opportunities that she received through her friend Candy. So let me just go in here and show you this. I'm already sharing my screen. And what I'll do is I'll just go to the page where I'm talking about. First, I'll show you the BET Awards that just happened the other night. We have Nene and our girl Angela Oakley here. Party. I'll cut the music up. I just wanted to be able to see Nene and Angela. This was at the Jamie Foxx BET Awards after party. So go ahead, Nene. Look at Nene. She got on her sheer black, and Angela's beautiful in white. As always, Angela's in shades, but I saw her earlier. She was funny. She was on the red carpet with that fan. Angela, you better put your little line of fans out or something. There's nothing wrong with that middle age, right there, middle of the road, personal summers. So Angela's traveling with a fan. Need to go ahead and do something with that platform, okay? There's Nene and Angela. Beautiful. That looked like a lot of fun, too. The BET Awards, they were acting like it's going to be the last one. It was really good this year. I'm not going to lie. I did not watch the whole thing. I don't have 4 hours and 45 minutes for that. But I'm picking through and seeing the parts that I like. So far, I loved any of the throwback segments. They had a 106 in Park segment. I love to see the arrivals. Beautiful Sierra is always gorgeous. One of my favorite parts is the closing with Kirk Franklin. Wonderful. 8 to 10 minutes of gospel, dancing gospel, because we know how Kirk liked to do. Okay, this is another page. This was on a recent Ricky Smiley show, and this was Candy talking about how she was able to give Shamea an opportunity, as we know Candy likes to do. So Shamea is a current
what their passions are. You know what their passions are. We're talking. She said, "Oh, I do music too," or I'm listening to her sing. I'm hearing, that she wants to be a host. I know she it's like you see that. And you got it. So let me see what I can do to put you in. Now here's the thing. I've done it for a lot of people. I say, I can get you in the door, but you gotta be able to maintain it. You gotta be able to lock it in. Like I can introduce you.
So she introduced me to was it Ryan? I don't know if you introduced me to Ryan, but anyway, she helped me get my foot in the door on Tigger's show for sure. Because I was like, I'm talking to him a little bit, but let me go and put a little call Reggie Rouse for me. So she had to call Reggie Rouse, and that was it.
Because you had your own stuff going on, so you didn't.
I mean, I was hosting radio at the time. I would come and do stuff too.
Hang out too.
But here's the thing. I don't look at my friends as competition with me.
Yeah.
Like, we all can do the same thing at the same time, but we all got our own secret sauce. So just because you work with her don't mean you can't work with me. It's two different things. We two different people.
And that's
it's more than one opportunity.
It made me want to cry. And people wouldn't like that. I mean,
what you doing?
Because I just feel so touched. I said it before. I hate people that like that, and you see that all the time. But anyway.
Come on, Gary. When we go to the makeup counter at the mall, isn't it like 100 different makeups or 100 different, and they all selling?
Yeah, but people don't see stuff like that.
Well,
that's the sad part, and that's why I choose to surround myself in this season of my life with people that see it for me. The people that don't mind sharing the space, don't mind me being in the room with them, or at the table with them.
Okay, everybody, we can see that was Ricky Smiley's show. We saw Gary with the T get kind of touched when Candy said that she doesn't see her friends as competition. And unfortunately, too many people do see their friends as competition. But my mother always taught me when they made one, they made 1,000, unless, of course, you're getting something that is a, one of a kind thing. And then it at the time. But opportunities, anything like that. It's like Candy said, you're going to put your own special sauce on it. So Shamea, you got that big Tigger opportunity through Candy. So I like to see her use it, continue to be positive on it. Don't go on there and speak negatively about another cast member the same way that she did with Drew. But that was the past. Hopefully we won't see too much more of that, because I think that she's a person that reads the comments and watches the commentary and knows that didn't really go the way that she thought it would go as far as the whole lap dog thing, because she's mad about it, but don't be mad about what people call you. Be mad about what you answer to. Are you acting like a lap dog? And I think that she was most of the season for Portia. And Portia got to sit there and giggle and laugh and throw the rock and hide her hand. But because it's Portia, I can look at her and see when she's throwing that rock. Like they did that setup in Grenada. Portia, I gave $1,000. I've given to charity before. I never mentioned the amount that I gave. So I don't know why she did that other than to set it up for Shamea and then Kelly to pile on. So hopefully we won't see that in season 17. And I think they'll get a season 17. I still am of the mind that Bravo TV, maybe Andy Cohen, I'm not sure who, has a problem with the Real Housewives of Atlanta being the flagship, because that's not the original show. Real Housewives of OC with Tamra Judge and those ladies, those were the original shows, the original show. And then Real Housewives of Atlanta, that was the first of its kind for me because we got to meet Anini and Sheree. Deshawn Snow still hurts me that she was a one-season wonder. She absolutely, in my opinion, deserved another season. But what they have done with the show over the 16 years, this season has not been what it could have been because, in my opinion, they brought somebody on that just didn't belong there. So Shamea, I hope she can redeem herself. I believe she'll keep her peach, but right now it's just looking like maybe she was better as a friend of, but I think she'll realize what she did to kind of hurt her own position on the show. We'll see what happens with that. And then I had a few more saved items that I wanted to share with you. So we saw Nene and Angela Oakley, and then we saw Shamea, current peach, Candy, former peach. Both of them are friends. Let me see. This is Drew. Drew's working. This is a bounce. It looks like a comedy. I have not heard of it or seen it, but Drew's
Just
book,
believe us next time
Mind
before
your
the
business.
FBI got to show up. You know Mia got warrants. What's up? It's your girl Drew Sidora, and I play Aaliyah in Mind Your Business.
How much do you need to borrow this time?
No, it's not about money. This time.
And she said it's giving major elevation, honey. So excited to be on this wild ride in the incredible cast of Mind Your Business. This season is bringing drama, laughs, and serious blow-ups. And trust me, you won't want to miss it. So they already had the premiere on June 7th. I have a problem getting bounced, y'all. They had a show called Act Your Age, and it was with Tisha Campbell, Kim Whitley. I want to say Sherry Shepherd was the other person, but I'd have to look that through. It was almost like a Golden Girls type things with the three of those ladies. And it was, when I would see the episodes, they were hilarious. But Bounce TV, they have their own app, but the way I access it, there was years before I succumbed and got not cable, but the different streaming services. And Bounce is one where you just have antenna TV. So that was the way I was watching it. So I'm not sure how I would go about seeing Drew's show, but it's out there. Mind your business. So congratulations to Drew, who stays booked. Okay, now this is the throwback. This is Cynthia Bailey. Y'all, look at this. I'm going to show that baby Kim after this because this was a funny one that he did. TJ Lovelady is the best one at it. Look at that young man, y'all. That's a teenage usher. That's Cynthia Bailey after the Don Cornelius. They were doing the guest host. Cynthia's always been that girl. Look at that face. Look at all those angles. Cheekbones, Bailey. Come on, Cynthia. Here we go.
Lots of money, but what kind of goals do you have for yourself for the future?
I don't feel that I'm doing it just for the money. I feel that I want to become a little bit more than just a singer. I want to become an entertainer.
That's really wonderful. Well, Ursher, thank you. Stay very strong, stay positive, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Okay, much love.
All right, let's hear it for Ursher.
How cute is that, y'all? I'm going to let that
Wow,
play
that's
again.
really great. Well, I know it's fun making lots and lots of money, but what kind of goals do you have for yourself for the future?
I don't feel that I'm doing it just for the money. I feel that I want to become a little bit more than just a singer. I want to become an entertainer.
That's really wonderful. Well, Ursher, thank you. Stay very strong, stay positive, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Okay, much love.
He's 14 or 15 years old there, y'all. What do you think? I think he became that entertainer. I do. If you would just look at BET, they had one of the opening with Kevin Hart pretended that he had taken Usher's red fur and he does the cherry thing. And we all know what that is. That's iconic now. That's a skit from Usher's own Las Vegas residency. And I think Usher's success in his residency kicked down the door for a lot of Black artists to now get residencies. As you know, those of you that know I love New Edition know that New Edition has now had 2 residencies at the Wynn, stretching. They were there last summer. We've seen them 3 times. They're not back yet because they all do different things during the summer. Johnny's putting together a cookout because his Memorial Day birthday party cookout was so successful that now he's going to go ahead and do something for the summer. But the different configurations of New Edition, BBD is out. Ralph is always doing something, most of the time with Bobby, or you'll see him with just certain members, and then the group as a whole will do things. And I heard they had something Juneteenth, but I haven't been able to find the details on it, but I'm looking into that. I'm supposed to work that day, but I'm not sure if I'll give that day away in order to do something else. I'm not sure. We'll see. Okay, and then let me see what else I had. I had a few more items, but this was mainly, as you can see on the thumbnail, I wanted to focus on Drew because there was something out about Drew. I'm going to go ahead and find what it was that caused me to want to highlight Drew. All right, let me go back to the main page. Still sharing. And everybody, thank you for your patience while I find this. Okay, here we go. There's Center's highest grossing film domestically, and it's an original. That was Quad and her boyfriend, Quad from Married to Medicine. There's Sherry Shepherd. I just saw it. Okay, there's Simon. He got released from ICE. ICE took Simon out of the freezer. They deported him. Simon, why do you want to meet with President Trump? You're not mad at him. He does not know these people on an individual level that are being deported. So Simon, shut up. That man not thinking about you. That's LA. A lot of things going on in LA. I sent my brother a text. I have not heard back because I want to know actually what. There it is. This is what I was talking about. That's the Bravo Shade Room on Instagram. They always have a lot of funny things, and they're in a lot of places, so they catch a lot of beautiful shots. Here's Angela Oakley arriving. Charles, you should have been there with your mean self, but I'm glad you weren't because Angela got to shine. Look at her. That's so pretty. She got her fan. I'm saying, Angela, get that personal line of fans going. Okay, let me see what I can't today with Straw. I'm probably going to have a separate live on Straw. We'll talk about Straw.
Hold on now, she was a fairy.
There we are. That's
hold on now, she was a fairy.
Okay, beautiful, Drew. Okay. I may not showcase that fool because what it was, I had saw a you see this right here? Oh, there's Kim Fields. Kim Fields is a former Peach. Look at this. This is a company called Slay. I saw that actually Target has it. I'm going to have to go in there to get some if I can't find it anywhere else. But it's non-toxic synthetic braiding hair. I shouldn't be even doing a commercial, but this is a system.
I knew something was wrong.
And I'm getting
so
ready to get either Senegalese twist or goddess braids. They would tell me because I have a few trips this summer that's going to involve water
vinegar and then wash it.
And my hair is really short, so of course I'll have
that is what started the journey.
I have to have something.
We spent 2 years developing
not
the proprietary formula and the technology behind it. So with the manufacturing level, we take 100% of frail fibers and we treat them in our Slay Secret sauce. And what you end up with is a softer, silkier, shinier, more lightweight braid that is non-toxic and completely
a cute.
So now the question is, are you ready to
that with my gray? And that is cute. I've had that something.
Have you ever experienced some?
Okay, I wanted to show. Let me see. Y'all hear about why they wouldn't let Monique? Oh, here it is. And I'm not sure. Everything's allegedly in my opinion. But Monique is one of my favorite BET hosts. She had 1 year. She's done it years in a row. But she was doing Beyonce, that no. And Beyonce was right in front row. And Monique was there with her big girl dancers. Monique was bigger at the time, but Monique could always move. And she had the fan on her, and she did Beyonce's whole move. Beyonce was screaming and laughing. It was so funny. But here it says they can't have her host because the moment she spots Tyler Perry in the audience, it's going to become a fiasco on live television. Yeah, because somebody said Kevin Hart will never top Monique at hosting the BET Awards 2025. My thing with Kevin Hart is that he always manages to shift the attention back to himself. I don't love that in a host. Somebody said would love to see it. Tyler Perry still owes her an apology as well as Oprah. Y'all remember what Monique went through with them on the just Marlo? Okay, they do a lot of the Housewives, and one of her nephews, Monique went through with them during the Precious. After she won the Oscar, they wanted her to do a lot of free traveling and free work to showcase the movie and that sort of thing to get it out there. And she refused. She wanted more pay, and she wanted her husband, Daddy, Sidney, with her out there. So she had a problem. Okay, this was one of my favorites. Well, she's so creative. Tiana started out as choreographer. Now she is an actress. She's in that #1 movie, Xtra, on Netflix. She has a lot of other things coming up. You remember her performance in Coming to America or Coming Back to America on Netflix, where she was the person presented. She's supposed to marry Eddie Murphy and Sherry's son in the movie. I don't know why the name's not coming to me right now. Yeah, she did. She shut down.
Monique! Welcome back, honey! Welcome back, honey!
They had 803 Boots down there doing his song.
Monique!
I don't know who they saw right there. There's Taraji. And Miles actually had a feature at the, look how cute he looked. This is our Miles from Center. This is Sammy, Preacher Boy from Center. Look how gorgeous he is. He took part in the tribute to Quincy Jones during one of the In Memoriam segments. He sang one of Quincy Jones' features in the Garden. Luke James, and I cannot remember the other young man's name, but they did an amazing job. Those three voices meshed amazingly. He had the Barry White part. He was down low. Okay, this part I did like about Tyler Perry. He got to cast and pay Sinbad in Straw. Remember, he had that stroke in 2020. So he's back out there. And that was a touching role. It was a pivotal role. They got to show him giving money to the Taraji P. Henson character, Janae. No, she was giving money to him, even though she had nothing. She was waiting for her check to come in. And the landlord hollered out, "You got money to give her, and you're not going to give me." It's true. LA Pride. He's always working. Good girl, bad B at LA Pride. Drew is out there working all the time. This is beautiful. This is the surprise dinner. Oh, this is Aaron's. So come on, Aaron. Aaron posted this. Tiana threw him a dinner. Everyone's showing the entry, which is so gorgeous. She let him into a surprise party, so he didn't know. Right behind him was the brother and sister. His brother and sister are gorgeous, too. His sister has a natural hairline. They all have those eyes. The mother, the father, Aaron, the brother, and the sister, y'all. Somebody said they look like a pride of lions, and they are gorgeous. Okay, Sherry being Sherry. Oh, they say Dolce won every award Glorilla deserves the last 6 months based on their output the last year. I don't like comparisons and things like that. I love them both. I love both these young ladies. And Glorilla going to get her shine. You know, Glorilla is the ambassador for Fenty Beauty. I showcased a funny video when Rihanna's going, how you gonna say my company name? And Glorilla said, I've been practicing Fenty Birdie. You know that Memphis, they put an R in beauty. So that was really cute. There's Candy. Not Candy. Why am I calling her? That is Candy. Candy looks beautiful, but that's Riley. Yay, Riley. Riley, even though they try to put her on the last 20 minutes of Next Gen NYC, Riley in the comments and everywhere, she's becoming a fan fave, which I knew. We knew that when we tuned in, it was going to be to support our internet niece, Riley. So there you go. I follow that young lady, Rich Girl Abroad. She travels everywhere. And then here's Happy Eddie Estefo. He's also Real Housewives, but he's Dr. Wendy's husband from Real Housewives Potomac. Y'all looking forward to seeing Monique over there? Ali Sadiq is coming? Okay. All right. Black Wall Street. I don't see what I was looking for. That just means that I wasn't meant to show it. Let me see if I saved it. If I didn't save it, And I may not have, and that's okay if I didn't. Okay, I think Nene. I think I know I showed those with the babies, TJ Love Lady, and all of that. But mainly, I just wanted to get on here and do a quick live because I haven't had a chance to talk to you yet. And we actually, I'm going to show some of these. These are funny. We actually are going to go live tonight, dropping Xtra Sassy Tea Talk. Well, let me show you just a few more little funny things with, and it's Real Housewives related still. Kim Fields, not Real Housewives of Atlanta material, because I love Kim Fields too much to watch her be treated the way that Kenya treated her. That turned me against Kenya for a long time.
To exit and leave room for you. Not. I've been in the industry for a long time. Maybe it's time for you to exit and leave room for you. Not. I've been in the industry for a long time. Maybe it's time for you to exit and leave room for you.
The guy that usually does them, TJ Love Lady, he's my favorite one. This one.
What was your reaction to Sheree bringing up your mugshot in tonight's episode?
I really don't care about Sheree bringing up a mugshot. Sheree is trying to, a mugshot does not equal, anybody can get a mugshot, first of all, for a traffic ticket. A mugshot does not equal 10 years in prison for doing a Ponzi scheme. I ain't spent a day in jail doing nothing, honey, okay? So you got 10 years in prison. You sure won't walk around here being nice to no damn body. You got 10 years with the feds, honey. That's a whole nother situation. And by the way, Sheree really worried about her own mugshot. Her son got a mugshot and her man got a mugshot. So please don't call out no mugshots now. Let's be for real. She had hers expunged. She was stealing out the store, remember?
What was your reaction?
That was the Watch What Happens live audience exclaiming in the background that they can't do nothing with Nene. That's baby Nene right there representing, but that's the AI babies.
Or traffic ticket. A mugshot does not equal 10 years in prison for doing a Ponzi scheme. I ain't spent a day in jail doing nothing, honey, okay? So you got 10 years in prison. You sure won't walk around here being nice to no damn body. You got 10 years with the feds, honey. That's a whole nother situation. And by the way, Sheree really worried about her own mugshot. Her son got a mugshot and her man got a mugshot. So please don't call out no mugshots now. Let's be for real. She had hers expunged. She was stealing out the store, remember?
What was your...
Yeah, that's the thing about Housewives. You bring up a read on somebody, they're going to bring up one on you. Because Sheree, in an episode, she's going to bring up Nene's mugshot. Now, Nene done talked about Sheree's boyfriend at the time was Tyrone, who was in jail. And then I don't want to say anything against Cairo, but that was showcased on that season. And then Sheree had, baby Nene casually said it was expunged. So that was really funny. That baby Nene going to get big Nene her job back. Bravo see these numbers. And then somebody said Nene ate Sheree up. She got hers expunged. She was stealing out the store, remember? Just casually defeated the whole purpose of an expungement. So you got to leave certain people alone because you never know what they're coming back with. Like this season, we see that going on. People keep trying to out Drew for certain things. Every single cast member, the first one being Portia, bringing up someone named Black, who Drew says is a friend of hers. Portia's going through divorce as well. And then when Drew brings up Future, now everybody's, oh, how could she say that? And then they bleep it out. But we heard that, Bravo TV. We already heard it. And everybody's talking about it. So if I were Drew, every time they said anything about Black, I'd be talking about Future. Because you are a married woman according to the courts as well. So if we're going to talk, we're going to talk. But that's it, everyone, for Real Housewives of Atlanta. Extras, extra, read all about it. Thank you so much for stopping by Sandra P's Gen Extra. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day. Have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Oh, actually, look at my background. I didn't realize I have Phaedra as my backdrop. She didn't do anything notable, so I'm not going to speak about her, but I didn't realize that I had showcased her as I had a story to do on her and I didn't bring it up. Oh, I know what it was just looking at the pictures. You see that beautiful picture of Phaedra on my left? That's the original Phaedra. And then this is how she looked over the years. To the right is how she looks now. So I was really rubbed the wrong way with her trying to make fun of Angela Oakley's looks. And she's older than Angela Oakley. She's one of the oldest on the show. She's younger than Cynthia. And I think that's it. She's definitely older than Shamea. She's older than Portia. Phaedra is 50 plus. So that's the thing. You throw shade at someone, there's shade that they can throw back at you. I think she's trying to walk it back now and act like she loves all the new peaches, but we'll see. Everybody, thank you for joining Sandra Fee's Gen Extra, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I'll see you later tonight for Dropping Extra Sassy Tea Talk. Bye.